So it is certainly very exciting to have Circle members joining us from across the United States. We have people from California and Florida and Virginia. And I know that there's at least one person and couple that are gallivanting across the country and back in their RV. So I saw Pierre, I think, on there somewhere. And we certainly have lots of people here from Erie, PA, and right here watching from their homes in the neighborhood. So you each play integral parts in the success of our university and the success that we're having now, and we will continue to have into the future. So thank you for your incredible support, your commitment to our students, to our faculty and staff colleagues, and to our entire Gannon community. So thank you for all of your doing, all that you do. The projects and events like tonight would not be possible for you if it wasn't for all of your support. So thank you. We are certainly thrilled to be able to give you a sneak peek of the IHAC building this evening. The building right here in downtown Erie. This building was, as many of you know, I'm sure, was the former Verizon call center, and it will be an academic and economic and innovation partner to the neighboring Morosky Academic Center, which was purchased and was also a Verizon building back in the day, and it will bolster the burgeoning 10th Street Technology Corridor. The building is undergoing a complete transformation and is destined to be a key innovation and economic development hub, not only for our campus, but I am confident it will be an economic driver for Erie's revitalization and recovery across the region. So we have a lot of information to share with you tonight, and I will come back and share a toast to the new facility towards the end before we see if you have questions. So to get us off and started, I'd like to hand things over to Father Michael Kosicki for a blessing. Father Kosicki.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. God, you are the source of all wisdom and knowledge. We ask you to bless, give purpose and direction to our work. Grant the gifts of wisdom and understanding to our students and our faculty and all those who accompany them. Bless our alumni gathered here, whose prayer and contributions of time and talent and treasure continue to enrich us, to foster the bonds of communion and friendship, and call forth from us the continued excellence that distinguishes this university in health, knowledge, and holiness. Lord God, you surround us with the mysteries of the universe. You sent us the call of the prophets to teach your laws and to bear witness to your undying love. You sent us your Son, Jesus Christ, to teach us by word and example. Continue to send your Spirit upon this university and this Gannon family. Fill us with your wisdom and blessing, that we may all delight in new discovery of knowledge and wisdom, that we may all persevere in our vocations, and that we may all be strengthened in the desire to serve your will and the love of you and the love of neighbor. In your most holy name we pray, amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. And now I hand you off to Dr. Walter Iwanenko, Provost and Vice President for the Student Experience.
Thank you, Father Michael, and good evening, everyone. Before I get started, I want to introduce my lovely wife, Mary, who is a proud Gannon alum, and she earned her doctorate in occupational therapy from Gannon University last year. So I'm glad to share the screen with her today. Welcome to the celebration this evening. And as Dr. Taylor said, the Institute for Health and Cyber Knowledge, or we call it IHAC, is underway. Just real quick, in 2018, in November, we announced the vision for the Institute for Health and Cyber Knowledge. We used the rest of 2018, 2019 to put a design build team together. And I'm very proud to say that this November in 2020, we will be moving into this building. So it happened quickly. And a lot of people played a role in this. One of them is Dr. Corinna Vernaza, who's our Dean of the College of Engineering and Business. I have the honor of speaking and representing the project tonight, but by no means was this anything less than a huge team effort. So I want to thank everybody who's been involved. So Melanie, do we want to go ahead and start the video? Thank you. So we're able to offer you a sneak peek of what the inside of the building looks like. And I want to thank our marketing and communications team
You'll be able to see here.
for showing not only what the building is going to look like, but they actually did some video to show where we are exactly right now in construction. And these pictures were taken this week. So this is going to be an icon in downtown Erie. And if you have been able to get by the building, this black tower is completed. The shell and these lights have actually been lit up for a couple nights, and it is stunning. This plaza is an incredible gathering place with heated concrete, so that I know our maintenance crew really loves that because they don't have to worry about the snow. But there will be lights on all four sides of this building. And right in front of the building, we're recognizing Pierre Mccormick, who is on the call, and his contribution to the creation of the Cyber Learning Center, which is the center of this building. It is the heartbeat. So a great lounge, a gathering place for our students, an interactive screen with this incredible stairway. This is what it looks like now. So we're getting there, not quite, not quite. But as we start to see the framing and the stairs take shape, it's incredible to think that in about another month, this is what it's going to look like. So as we get into the academic space, we have our cyber defense lab. We have a cyber attack lab, which is on the left side of your screen. And this is where our cyber security undergrad students, cyber engineering students, our graduate students in our new master's program in cybersecurity will have some access. Although that program is mostly online, they will still have access to these facilities. As we work our way down the hallway, this lab at the end is our IoT lab, and the focus is going to be the devices, the Internet of Things, and how we protect information and people hacking into these devices. We learned some lessons from our Ruskin, Florida campus. So these high tables have plenty of plugs for students to connect. And on the left side here, these are faculty offices. And we wanted our faculty to be part of where our students are hanging out. The entranceway highlights the name of this floor, Pierre Mccormick Cyber Learning Center. And now we're gonna actually take a look at what it looks like right now. And this is actually being built and carved right now. That'll actually be a granite piece on that entranceway. So today, the paint is in. We're working on hanging lights, and a little background on the floor. We originally were gonna have polished concrete, but as we got into the construction, that was not gonna work. So we're gonna have an epoxy floor that's gonna be poured in. These rooms where our attack and defense labs, these are raised floors, so all the wiring will run underneath the floors. Same thing in our defense lab. And we're really looking forward. Actually, Corinna and I will probably be there Monday or Tuesday to take a look at a floor sample to make sure that the flooring is what meets our expectations. The contractors have done incredible work. So boy, to see this come to life is pretty amazing. The large LED lights are being installed with the track system. And as we get the glassing, we'll start to look at some glass. And that granite piece with the Pierre Mccormick Cyber Learning Center is, like I said, it's actually being made right now, and we're looking forward to the installation. So there's very few people except the workers on this floor that have access to what the building looks like inside. I think Corinna might sneak in there on a daily basis though, because she's always checking to see what's going on. So this walkway going up to the 3rd floor, this is our hatchery. And I know Jim Baum from Network Technologies in the call, and Kevin Keys from Extreme Networks. They've been incredible partners in the Extreme Academy. But this is a gathering place. It's the meshing of corporate and the academic world together. This is our Extreme Academy and GIS Mapping Center. And the Extreme Partnership, they are the world's 3rd largest manufacturing of network equipment, and they're going to have a training center right on this floor. We also have an incredible partnership with Erie Insurance. This is the Iot Lab. So our students and also employees from Erie Insurance will be working together in this lab. This is also the home for our new minor in innovation and creativity. This is a green wall. These are live plants that another gathering place, and in our maker space, we'll have some 3D equipment. We'll have some machines where students can actually work on prototyping. And that will be a really great collaboration and a resource for these nests. So these nests are rooms where students and corporate partners can work together on real life projects. So corporations sponsoring students to work from anything from software to product design will highlight the students' faces and the corporations that they're working with. And this will be a space where students can have it for as long as the project takes. So they don't have to take down their equipment on a daily basis. They can leave it there for as long as the project and time allows. So it could be a couple months, it could be a semester, it could be a year. As we leave our nests and we see another gathering area, this building does not have a lot of windows, but this is an area where we actually expanded the windows so we can see the beautiful view of downtown Erie. And as we come up now to see where the project is at, the 3rd floor is not expected to be moved into until the springtime. So we're looking at an April 21 move-in. So this project is phase 2. Phase 1 is really the first 2 floors, the lobby and the academic center. So we're extremely proud of this space. There's nothing like it in Erie. And we can't wait to get our students in this space and really let them loose on the learning that they're going to be able to do. Really, this space joins the world together, it joins our students with the world. And when we have partners like Extreme Networks, they're going to be training with the best of the best on a global scale. And as our students graduate from our program, they're going to be leaving with industry-specific certifications that will make them extremely marketable. So again, Jim Baum from Network Technologies, Kevin from Extreme, our partners in Erie Insurance. The hatchery really doesn't take shape without you. We've also had some incredible support from a couple foundations, and I know Barbara's gonna talk about that next. So this is probably a really great time to turn it over to Barbara Boucher, our Vice President of Institutional Advancement.
Great, thanks, Dr. Iwaneko. That was really an awesome video. We can't wait to see the finished product, and we look forward to letting you know all soon when the grand opening will be. I'm joined here tonight with my husband as well. We're on separate screens because we're in separate locations, but we do have 2 children, class of 2027 and class of 2023. But I would be remiss if I didn't send out a huge thank you tonight to all of the people who stepped forward to support this endeavor. So first, I'd like to acknowledge Pierre McCormick, a 1979 grad and Board of Trustee member. Pierre and his family made a gift to create the Pierre McCormick Cyber Learning Center, which will be housed, as we just saw in the video, on the 2nd floor of the IHAC building. As Dr. Iwaneko pointed out, this center will be the academic hub of the building with classrooms, a cyber defense laboratory, collaborative space, and an Internet of Things lab. Pierre, I know that you're on the call. If you wouldn't mind unmuting and just saying hello to everyone, we're really grateful for your generosity from you and your family.
Hello, everyone, and glad to be part of this circle of distinction, and certainly honored and pleased and humbled to be a contributor and part of the university and all the great work they're doing. So thank you.
Thank you, Pierre. 1998 alumna and Board of Trustee member Stacey Yukno and her husband Scott Dibble have created a special innovation fund that will be used to recruit high demand faculty and support faculty and student driven research within IHAC. Known as the Yukno Cyber Innovation Fund, our students, faculty, and staff will benefit substantially from this gift. Additionally, we were actually able to use this additional gift from Scott and Stacey to leverage in a matching campaign. An anonymous donor stepped forward with a large gift, which strengthened the base for the fund. So we're really grateful to Scott and Stacey. If you wouldn't mind unmuting and letting us thank you, we really appreciate your support and all the ways that it impacts our students.
Thank you so much. We're happy to help and make this difference. Thanks.
Great, thanks Scott and Stacey. So just 2 months ago, Erie Insurance CEO and Gannon Board of Trustee member Tim Nicastro, a 1983 Gannon graduate, announced his company's partnership with IHAC. The Erie Insurance gift will create the Hatchery, which we saw on the video, which is a dedicated collaborative space on the 3rd floor that will integrate industry and professional development with academic creativity and learning. In addition to the Hatchery, Erie Insurance has committed funds to create the Erie Insurance Idea Lab, where their employees will partner with Gannon students and faculty, as well as other corporate and research companies. They'll tackle real-world problems and projects that will impact not only the Erie community, but communities around the world. Our next corporate partner is Extreme Networks, which is a leading provider of networking hardware, cloud services, and applications for service providers around the globe. Extreme Networks will have a regional training center on the 3rd floor and will also be integral in the training and education of the Gannon students that are involved in IHAC programs. Additionally, Extreme Networks is actually networking the entire building as well. So Kevin Keys is here tonight representing Extreme, and if you'd like to unmute and say hello, we're really gracious for just all of the ways you've partnered with Gannon to support our students as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Barbara. And I can't say enough, Dr. Iwanenko, the fact that we've gotten to work this closely together. It's been an absolute pleasure for me, for us at Extreme, to be giving back into education. It's a very large portion of our business, and we're incredibly excited to be involved. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to be there to work with you guys. And Walter, crew, everyone there, if there's anything that we can do from you from Extreme, please let us know. And thank you again, and congratulations on the great job you have got done so far. And I can't wait to see the finish.
Great, thanks, Kevin. So we were actually fortunate to be introduced to Extreme Networks via our longtime friend, partner, and networking vendor, Networking Technologies. Jim Baum is here tonight. He's also the proud parent of a Gannon alum, Maggie. His daughter Gannon graduated from Gannon. And we really have him to thank for opening the doors to our partnership with Extreme Networks, as well as all the ways that Networking Technology has partnered with us on this IHAC endeavor. So Jim, if you'd like to say hello, again, really grateful for just all of the ways you've stepped forward and all of the connections you've made to bring this together.
Well, thank you, Barbara. I also want to thank everybody for this wonderful event tonight. It's great to see the fruition of the mindset and the concept come to light finally after a year and a half of discussing it. And it's all about Erie, and it's all about technology in my world. And I'm glad to be able to bring all of the experiences that we have to be able to help Gannon and Erie in this endeavor.
Great, thanks, Jim. So we have also received 2 generous foundation grants that I'd like to mention tonight. the Oryx C. and Beatrice Dewey Herzl Memorial Foundation approved a $402,000 grant in July for a high-performance computing center. And the George I. Alden Trust has provided a $110,000 grant towards the Geographic Information Systems Center for Education and Engagement. So as a result of all of the gifts I've mentioned in the last few minutes, our students will have a true competitive advantage when they're ready to join the workforce. And our community will benefit in numerous ways as well. It's really an exciting time to be here at Gannon. So I would just like to thank all of you that are with us here this evening for your ongoing support and gifts to support our Gannon students. While tonight we are highlighting IHAC, we have many other scholarships, facilities, programs, initiatives across campus, and each one of you have stepped forward in generous ways to help us create an incredible learning environment for our students. So thank you for everything that each of you do to help us accomplish our mission. Thank you. Before I pass it off to our next speaker, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank the team that put this event together tonight. So Melanie Vadzemix, many of you would have heard from her tonight. She coordinated all of the logistics. So Melanie, if you'd like to say hello. And this event is also part of our Homecoming at Home event. And so the team of Melanie, Tony DePasqua, and Allison Mosier have put together a fantastic weekend for all of you. So thank you for your contributions. And this time I'd like to invite our Dean of the College of Engineering and Business, Dr. Karina Vernazza, to say a few words.
Thank you, Barbara.
Karina,
Sure.
you're muted.
Here I
There
am.
we go.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be able to address you tonight. I was asked to give you a little bit of background or history on the programs that we have started. And if I were to tell you that we were going to start our cyber engineering and cybersecurity programs in 2 labs in CERN, you would just all laugh compared to what we are now witnessing. Dr. Iwanenko was very supportive when we brought the idea, which came from the faculty, these 2 new programs that really enhances the offerings that we have currently at Gannon. Gannon has had a long tradition of engineering programs, accredited programs, where our students are able to compete anywhere in the US and outside of the US. And this really just brings together an area of computing that has bloomed in the last 10 plus years, and also an area of engineering, which is a cybersecurity computing piece in which we look at software and hardware, and then the cyber engineering, which is more looking at embedded. Both of them moving into the IoT area, and also, as Jim might be able to explain much more, 5G and all of that brings to the table. So this really is a combination of our computing and electrical engineering areas in addition to everything we do. So now we move from CERN into this beautiful facility that is going to be able to provide our students something that since my time in Gannon, which has been 17 years, I have never seen this kind of investment in this program, in this type of programs in our school. In addition to that, we have now been able to complete the graduate piece of this initiative, which will really allow students who want to stay for a graduate certificate or a master's degree be able to do that. And Dr. Iwanenko mentioned that as well. I am really a facilitator of brilliant faculty that look at what is happening out in the industry and the community, and able to really look at what we offer from a curriculum perspective, and make sure that our students continue to compete and be super competitive in the marketplace. That's all really I'm gonna say. I have the privilege though to introduce 2 students. We did start the program in fall of 2019. We had a small cohort of students that started. This fall of 2020 is really the first year we have spent time promoting and marketing and advertising the programs. And we have 2 sophomores that have graciously agreed to videotape for tonight. And I know Melanie is going to be able to pass that on, so you can hear from 1 student in cyber engineering and 1 student in cybersecurity, currently sophomores in our programs. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here tonight.
Hey, Melanie, can you tell that we can't hear that? You may be hearing it on your end, Melanie, but we can't hear it on our end. Or maybe I'm the only one that can't hear it.
I don't know.
Melanie, when you go to do the sharing, you need to, there's a little checkbox that says replicate the audio.
Okay, let me see here.
Okay, Jim, we'll let you join for bingo now.
You got it.
Jim's got bingo skills and technology skills.
Let's see here.
Can you make the bingo like B12 come up if you wanted to? That would be cheating.
Can you hear it now?
Nope.
While we're waiting, Dr. Taylor, I got to say, I'm a little sad that you're advocating cheating. That is not
I
what
wasn't
I like to hear.
All
All right.
I was
Okay,
if he was able to cheat, we would have to then, try and enhance our technology through our cyber attack and defense labs to make sure that it wouldn't.
Beautiful plug. Beautiful plug.
Keith, this might be a good time to mention our speech language and pathology program, because in the future we might have someone here who could actually read lips.
There you go. There you go.
Instead of cheating, is that leveraging or?
I just think that's straight up cheating.
I can't find it.
Try to stop sharing, and then when you go to reshare, you might be able to see that option.
Okay, let me try that again. Share screen, share computer sound, optimize video, share.
My name is Victoria Bartlett. I am from Northeast Pennsylvania, and I'm a sophomore in the cybersecurity program here at Gannon. I was working full-time when I got out of high school at a supermarket, and I was working in their scanning and pricing department, which relied on a lot of computers, making signs and price tags and stuff like that. And the company decided to expand and open a couple new supermarkets, and so they needed someone to do IT, to set things up, to get things running, and to set up different departments. So I was invited to set those departments up, and in the process I realized there's a lot of security loopholes in the supermarkets space. And when I thought about other businesses that I'd been to or that I'd interacted with, I saw they had a lot of loopholes too. There was a lot of room for improvement for security. And so I got interested in that. I started researching online about different techniques and started trying to apply them, but I knew that I needed to learn more in order to do it the right way and to make sure it was truly secure. So I looked at going back to school, and I found out that Gannon, which was a local university for me, had a program specifically for cybersecurity, and it was brand new, and there were lots of resources that would be available. So I decided to apply, and even from the time I applied, I felt that I was really supported as an adult student. There were special orientation sessions, there were special emails, there was all kinds of stuff that was already set up, a support network for any adult learners. So I started and decided to take the jump, and it's really great. There's even an adult student lounge, and there's a whole network of people that are adult learners, so that's been really helpful. And it's a challenging program, but I've learned a lot, and I can see that there are lots of opportunities in the community to find a career here, or even looking nationwide. There's lots of opportunities with 5G technology and Internet of Things. There's a lot of need for cybersecurity, and also with everyone going to remote learning and remote working for their businesses, there's a lot of cybersecurity that needs done. So it's a very valid career path, and there's lots of opportunities. So the new iHack building is so exciting because I know that the university is dedicated to putting resources into their new programs, and they have a space just for it. And so there will be labs that are created just for our classes, and the setup will already be taken care of. And then there's also partnerships with local businesses to be able to have mentors and to learn and to form relationships between the schools and the businesses. I would say if you're interested in cybersecurity, take a look online and do a quick search of what you think might be involved, and then just start looking around at what you like doing with computers and what you think you might want to learn about, and see if that's in the curriculum, because chances are if you like anything about technology, there's something in the curriculum for you. If you're interested in any of this stuff with cyber engineering or cybersecurity, there are so many opportunities at Gannon to grow and to help develop and to make way for students after you too. It's really, you can get involved in making the program the best it can be.
Now we have one more. I don't think that's it.
I don't know that we need more of an admissions department, Bill, than that right there. You just keep looping that tape. And
Just a minute.
There's more cyber security problems than bingo. So
Yeah, she did a really good job. Very well spoken.
And she wants to stay in Erie. She's a keeper. Just throwing her out there in case you need her.
I might add a few words about the next student that is going to show his video. He doesn't talk about any of it on it, but he developed a COVID tracker that we've been promoting on the website. And when some shutdowns were happening in where he's from and his parents are from, he developed this small device to control the power surges. So the refrigerator and things like that, he put something together will not be damaged. So he is really doing a lot of embedded already, and he's just a sophomore, but he doesn't talk about any of it on his video.
Just trying to bide your time, Melanie. Walter says that he's got the best job ever.
Oh.
There's nothing.
You're muted, but there's no video showing.
There's nothing better than having the job that you don't actually do anything and everybody else brings the great ideas forward. They make it all. I'm talking about myself. I wasn't picking on Walter. I said Walter thought he had the best job. I'm saying I have the best job because I don't have to actually do anything because you guys do such great work and bring great things forward. For once, I wasn't picking on Walter. I was.
Thank you. Thank you. I just, every time I watch the students in these different testimonials, I'm like, oh my gosh, it is, it's wonderful.
All right, we can see it.
My name is Austin. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. I'm in the cyber engineering program, and I chose it because I think it's a great, future-focused program to be in. I'd like to develop IoT devices and, build, frameworks for the IoT networks over the world. IoT devices it's called Internet of Things. It's devices that are connected to the internet. They might be sensors where they take in data from, or temperature data, humidity, or it might be, a light switch that it's connected to the internet. You can control it from anywhere. I actually got interested in it because my parents' basement flooded one time. So we were like, well, let's see if we could fix this problem. So I designed a Wi-Fi water alarm that when it detected water, it would send text to us. and I thought it was cool, and a lot of other people did, and I saw the cyber engineering program here, and I was like, you know what, it's like, I'm doing that, you know, now I like it, and I'm going to go down that career field. I think it's awesome that Gannon is doing this program because it's one of the only ones in the country, and it's a field that, you know, is going to be needed in the future. It's already, you know, blowing up with how many internet connected devices there, and I think the iHack school giving students the experience, you know, to work with companies and developing new technologies is pretty cool. Thank you to, you know, all the supporters and donors of the iHack program. I'm excited to you know, work with the companies they're bringing into there and be designing new future technologies.
All right, we need the two of them, maybe not in a bingo game, but maybe in the trivia game, because I'm not sure which one is wildly smarter than the one next to him. But I think we need Austin in our house, making sure that he's coming up with new gadgets. Well, I certainly hope that this little snippet has gotten you as excited as it does me, and it does certainly our entire team. It has been a great start to what is going to be a fantastic journey at the university. A journey that I'm taking with my lovely wife, Mary, who I didn't introduce earlier. But we are excited to be here together. Walter, Barbara, Corinna, and our students, their remarks certainly attest to how remarkable this endeavor is and the incredible impact that I'm sure it's going to have, not only the future of Gannon, but the future of Erie and the future of our country in cybersecurity and cyber engineering. As we end this gathering for this evening, I'm going to finish up, but then we will certainly open for questions. So don't jump off yet. But I did want to remind you that when the building is complete and things are open and the world allows us in without hard hats, we will be getting together again in larger groups, and we will be showing this incredible site to you all in person if you want to stop by, and we will have a next event in person when that's possible. So at this time, I'd like to offer a toast for the iHack building. So if you all have your drinks, I think they'll end up knowing this, folks. They're going to want a picture. So you have to have the Gannon part facing forward with your tumbler or whatever glass you have. And I don't necessarily want to know what you have in your glass. That's completely up to you, but I hope it's a favorite of yours, whatever that might be. So once we're all ready, I will go ahead with a toast, and it looks like we are all together. So a toast to collaborative learning, to community partnerships, to the generosity of friends near and far, to the faculty and staff who have put in countless hours to make these programs and this facility come to life, and to our students, the heart of our mission, that they may be transformed by the knowledge and the experiences gained here, and use them to their best abilities to transform our world for generations to come. May God bless this adventure and our country. Cheers.
Hear, hear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here, but I'm not sure what questions you might have about this or anything that's going on, Gannon. You've got a bunch of the leadership team online. Happy to answer questions about whatever might be on your mind while we've got however many minutes you'd like to use.
Dr. Taylor, I do have a question if you don't mind. I graduated in 99 and I'm a physician now. I love the building. I'm so excited about this. I know that the H stands for health. And how is that going to be incorporated, or is that more like health of a corporation, or like company health and protection from cyber attack, or is it really health related?
I will give the 5-second intro, and then I'll let Walter. The health is real. It's not just an added word to make sure that it said iHack. And not coincidentally, it is right next to the Morosky Academic Center, which has all of our health professions. But the goal is to link this into health data and other things. Walter or Karina, you want to jump in?
Yeah, I'll start, and then Karina can definitely add to it. So this is part of a larger initiative across the entire university to develop intelligent systems designs. So there's a natural link with healthcare on a couple different fronts. I mean, the first and most obvious is protecting patient data, which we all know that there have been some really outrageous breaches of patient information, which has been used in all kinds of terrible ways on people. So one is let's protect patient information. The other is the IoT. So you heard Austin talk about the Internet of Things. So given that the technology with healthcare devices is moving to Bluetooth, I mean, if we think about it, there are pacemakers now that can be controlled with someone's cell phone. That's all well and fine until someone hacks into your cell phone and they have access to a pacemaker. That is a whole nother scenario. So the medical devices are becoming more complex. They're using IoT technology. So how do we protect and secure them? And then Karina can talk a little bit more about the link with engineering, biomedical engineering, and data analytics with our School of Business.
Thank you, Walter. Yes, maybe just give you a couple examples. We have started conversations with Dell in terms of areas of collaboration, obviously targeting cybersecurity. And one of the R&D areas that they have a huge interest on is biology, biomedical engineering. Not this week, but the following week, we have a couple meetings set up with the R&D department just to see how we connect cyber. So the two meetings are cybersecurity and biomedical engineering. In addition to that, as Walter mentioned, we have an initiative right now in creating a framework to maybe able to explore more clearly the connections between not just health, but also data analytics, engineering management, information systems, and all of that. So the connections are there. Besides devices, besides the data, is also what other projects do have an element, even if it's just technical analysis piece that can allow us to look at those two fronts. With our hatchery and the projects that we have a lot of projects that involve biomedical engineers and OT-PT. So how is it that we analyze some of that data? Several faculty have already been engaged in many of those initiatives. And currently we have collaborations between engineering and Ruskin, which is something that we want to strengthen. So all of those pieces, I think, will come together under this umbrella.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited.
I think one of the most exciting things about this project is every time we have a conversation with one partner, it seems like 3 more ideas come forward and then brings in another partner and another partner. That, you know, the building isn't even open yet, and we've already got more projects probably than we can handle in the next year. So I think, now that isn't to be said that if anybody has an idea for a project that's online now or knows a friend, please send them our way, or a student that's as bright as those two. But anyway, this is something that is just barely opening. And once it gets going, I think it's going to bring innovation, not only to Gannon and to our faculty and our students, but to the region like we've never seen. And it's in the heart of downtown. It's right across the street from VelocityNet. I mean, it's in the heart of what is going to be, I think, a huge driver for technology. So exciting stuff. Other questions about iHack or anything for that matter?
Keith, Joe Cooley, class of 1964. I agree with you. Those two current students are the best testimonials you'll ever get to create. But Kathy Fresh has been keeping me up to date with the successful startup, and maybe the people would like to hear an update of how Gannon is handling the pandemic.
Sure thing. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for being with us tonight. We were back in April, and our mantra was, got to get open in August, got to get open in August. And to be honest with you, I never had a doubt that our team was going to be ready to be open in August. The question has always been the factors we don't control. But the governor has allowed us to open. People, I'll just say, got out of our way. And we opened in August, and we're now end of 8 weeks of a 15-week semester. So hump day for the semester was this last Wednesday. So we're more than halfway through. We've had our fair share of cases, but we're still at, I think, under 2% positive case rate. And we're managing not only the positive cases, but those that are quarantined being along with them. Every day you wish there was none, and every day there's one or two and a couple more that you pick up. But we're still moving forward with this semester. With this year, we opened up with almost 4,300 students, which the last 2 years we had over 700 freshmen. We haven't had 700 freshmen since the 80s. So this year we had 631. Which seems, wow, you had 700 and some last year, you have 631. If you go through almost every year for the decade before that, 631 was one of the best years we've had. So enrollment is solid, financially we're solid. We've opened with lots of modifications. We don't have masks because we hang out together. But if you walk through downtown Erie, 90+% of the humans that you see walking around in downtown Erie are Gannon students, and they all have their masks all day long. We haven't had a single case in a class or a lab since the start of the semester. So all the cases we've had, many of them have been things that happened outside the university. Someone was somewhere else, got it, and came back. But we have done, I think, a good job, and this team has done an incredible job of not only building our own internal testing program and running our own surveillance tests. We've done more than 3,000 surveillance tests. And we're at, I don't know what the number is today, 30 some positives out of 3,000 tests over the last 10 weeks. The majority of people that were coming up positive in the first probably 6 or 7 weeks were all people that were asymptomatic. So we were catching people through our surveillance before they were out in the community, before they had an opportunity to infect others. And the changes in advancing technology in the classroom to allow those students that can't come on campus or faculty that can't come on campus to still deliver a quality education, and those that go into quarantine to continue their education. It's been truly a phenomenal semester. And I think the thing that is the most exciting is the changes and the transformation that have happened in the last 9 months. Many of them are changes that needed to happen in higher education for the last 9 or 19 years. And has really set us up for, we now know we can do things. There were a lot of things that, the need to do things and the need to change and the push to change helps you prove what you can do. And I am confident this Gannon community can do anything. I mean, what has happened in the last 6 or 8 months has been truly phenomenal. The commitment of the students and the faculty and the staff to keep a healthy environment and to keep us open. When we look around in the community where enrollments, not in the region, where enrollments are dropping at probably 70% of institutions are in trouble and watching their enrollments drop, and they're staying online. And we have opened up, we've done it safely. Our enrollments are strong, financially we're strong. And this is one project that is really exciting. And we just went through with the board a list of 14 projects that we're looking at the next 3 to 5 years. How do we deliver on them? How do we fund them? And it's people like you that are providing the support and providing the not only the spirit for it, but have really stepped forward with your philanthropic gifts to help make a lot of this happen. So it's a lot of good things happening, and it's because we got great people. We have, I think, one of the strongest leadership teams and management teams and faculty in the country that are just doing crazy good things. So it's been fun, and it is fun, and we're just getting started.
Great job, Keith.
Thanks, Joe. Other questions, other thoughts? Trying to be the good teacher and be patient and wait the 10 or 15 seconds. But those that know me, I just despise silence and I talk all the way through it. Other questions, anything? We're at the beginning of Homecoming at Home. We've got a lot more events for the weekend. Barbara, I don't know if you have anything else you want to pitch or talk about before we go.
Keith, one quick question.
Sure, Mark.
What's a liberal arts college these days? Is that everything technical?
What is a liberal arts college? Or
I'm from Rochester area here. We have the University of Rochester, which is still considered a liberal arts school, and we have Rochester Institute of Technology, which is a wonderful technology school.
Well,
what's happened to liberal arts?
That's a good question. I don't know that I would consider Gannon a liberal arts school, nor would I consider either University of Rochester or RIT liberal arts schools. We are a comprehensive university, which translates in Gannon terms and in a Catholic university's terms like Gannon. Our students, we want to make sure that they get out prepared for their personal lives and their professional careers. And we believe that the best way to do that is to have the students come in and get a foundation across the liberal arts and get the skills and talents that come from liberal learning. So the ability to speak, the ability to write, the ability to think analytically, the moral and ethical judgment that is necessary as a good citizen. So we have a very robust liberal studies core that is the heart of every student's undergraduate education. And it is what we then build on the technical and the professional development, whatever that profession, whether it's engineering or it's health professions or it's teaching or it's business or it's moving on in politics or political science out of history or other places. Other disciplines, but we start with a foundation that every student needs to be a citizen. It needs to be a socially responsible global citizen. We then ensure that they have the technical skills and the talents that will make employers within their discipline and with their career path excited about having them and confident that not only will they be competent, but they'll be able to lead and drive their discipline forward. So there are liberal arts schools in the country that offer degrees across the liberal arts and don't necessarily have professional education around it. They might have a school of business, but they don't necessarily have engineering or health professions. But the liberal arts are the foundation of all professions. So somebody coming out with an English degree may not end up being a writer or may not work for a paper, but they come out with the skills and the talents to do all kinds of things. And Americans, I don't know what these can remember 5 or 6 years ago, I want to say that the average American changed their career 5 to 7 times. So even people that came out, so I was a physical therapist. God knows how a physical therapist ends up running a $100 million business without ever taking a business class. And I ask the board all the time why they would trust me to run a business when I've never taken a business class. But I have a lot of people around me that are exceedingly talented. And I think I'm a pretty smart guy that knows how to bring talent together to run a business and put the right people in the right place to make good decisions. So there are many liberal arts colleges, but I would say that they're now kind of bifurcated in that they're either Ivy League premier institutions that are so strong and been liberal arts colleges for 150 years, or they're very small liberal arts colleges that have struggled in the last decade. And I think unless they evolve and broaden their mission, I think some of those small institutions are going to struggle, not necessarily because of the quality of the work they're doing, but just because of where society and the marketplace is. So I don't know if that answers your question, but hopefully it helps a little. Anything else?
Hey, Keith, this is Joe Schember. As Mayor of Erie, I just wanted to thank you for what you're doing for the city. This is really incredible. As a 1962 graduate of Gannon, as an English major, I also have to say I might have understood 10% of what was presented tonight, but I know it's good for the city. And it's great to see people like the Clerkins, who I haven't seen for probably at least 6 months. Good to see everybody. Thanks a lot for what you're doing. Keep up the great work.
A physical therapist can be a university president, and an English graduate can become the mayor. I think we call that the American dream.
Yes.
I would offer, I want to say two quick things. First, as a National Alumni Board member, I please ask everybody to take part in all the great activities that are happening this weekend. Allison and Tony and Barbara have done just a really, really great job to try to get this set up. There's trivia tonight. There's bingo for the kids tomorrow. There's bingo for adults later. So please do that. But I'm, as a Gannon grad, I'm lucky enough to teach at a Ivy League medical school. And I think that you're right. I think that the first 4 years of school now, it used to be you could go get a degree or a job after your high school education, but now you really need a good firm foundation in those first 4 years and of college. And Gannon just does a phenomenal job of that to make really, really good people. You may not do what you went to school to do in your first 4 years, and I give you a ton of credit, Dr. Taylor, for that as well. But people that graduate from Gannon are just good people who are well-rounded and are ready to take on the world. So if we're doing that, we're doing a good job. And, we've seen tonight how awesome Gannon is. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm going to finish unless somebody else has something else to say, and say on the call tonight, we have several Gannon trustees and former trustees that have been just phenomenal supporters of this university and have really set the tone and set the pace. We have a good team, and we have some crazy ideas sometimes, but the board has been able to not only keep up, but keep us in line sometimes when we got a little further ahead of ourselves and out on the front of our skis, and have done a great job of guiding this university, but never letting us forget that we did start as a liberal arts institution that was founded on good foundation and moved through a long history of building us to where we are. And I always say to Mary, my job is to just try and not screw it up. That if we can we're 2025 will be our 100-year anniversary. So we've got another 5 or so years to get there. And I certainly hope that we've got another 100 after that. So Erie's a great place. We're proud to be part of it. We're proud to be part of it. And it is truly a privilege to be part of this Gannon family and this Erie community. So it is great to see you all tonight. If you have any other questions, we're not that hard to find by email or Zoom or other things. And I really look forward to seeing y'all again very soon. Anything else, Barbara, Melanie? Or is that a good night? I don't remember.
We're just glad everyone joined us tonight. It was a great evening, and happy homecoming.